That means it's time for this week's Weather Wednesday, and for that, I'll send it over to Tavian Whitehurst.
So we all know that the fall equinox just passed a couple of days ago. And of course, the equinox being when the Earth's axis tilts at a perfect 180 degrees and we can get that sunlight coming directly over the equator. It's supposed to be when we have equal amounts of daylight and nighttime, but because of refraction in the atmosphere, that's not exactly the case if you're living in some of the latitudes or distances away from the actual equator. Well, now we're finally having that time period, that more local equinox here in East Tennessee. On Tuesday, we had an extra minute of daylight, but today we're going to have an extra minute of nighttime as we get over the rest of the day. So it brings us into the second half of our downward trend and loss of daylight as we get through the rest of the season. It didn't feel as aggressive during the summer, but the second half now as we get to winter is now going to bring us down even under 10 hours. By the time we hit December 21st, that's going to be the actual winter solstice. Now through the month of October, we're going to see some pretty aggressive losses as it comes to daylight. You see by October 20th, sunset going to be before 7 p.m. and by the 31st, we'll have under 11 hours of daylight. And all of that is going to be leading us again towards that winter solstice. But something else to keep in mind, daylight savings time, November 5th, we're going to fall back an hour. That then pulls our first sunset to 6 p.m. and the least amount of sunlight that we see in a day. 9 hours and 43 minutes when we hit that winter solstice on the 21st. And if we take it back to the tilt, that's when we're going to be tilted the farthest away from the actual sun's light. But on the bright side, that means we slowly are going to get those minutes and hours back too.
Thank you, Tavian. If you have a Weather Wednesday question, please let us know. You can text us at 865-637-1010, and we will do our best to get your answers every Wednesday right here on WBIR.